You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Falasha Day, the accountant for entrepreneurs. The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight. The money zone, together we'll achieve your goals, we're building wealth, you're not alone, so don't delay, get your money straight.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girl Falasha Day, the accountability accountant, guys. I'm excited to be here with you on this Tuesday. It is like freezing here, and I was telling my friend today, I don't even want to leave out the house, honestly. Like, I've been feeling like so blessed that I can work in the comfort of my home and do not have to drive out unless I got to go to Walmart or something for the kids, but I really don't have to drive out, right? And so for all of you that have to, commute every day, I'm sorry, it's freezing cold. So no, I'm excited to be here with you guys on this freezing Tuesday. If you don't know who I am, I'm Falasha Day. I help entrepreneurs and individuals achieve both their business and financial goals, and I do that by holding them accountable to do the work, 2, giving them the numbers, and then 3, pushing them to do what they need to do. So if this is your first time tuning in, we talk about all things money, business, taxes, entrepreneurship, and the list goes on and on and on. I might be screaming, I might be sad, I might be happy. Look, but we talking about on today's show, the IRS has really broken down this gig economy. So for all my Uber drivers, for all my Lyft drivers, whoever you are, you need to stay tuned in because I'm talking about you. So guys, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. My wig feels Welcome back to the Money Zone, guys. I'm your girl, Falashade, the accountability accountant. We got some good juice. Okay, look, I get excited about taxes. So, that recently the IRS has been trying to narrow down, crack down, and basically tighten up the rules and regulations regarding the shared economy. That's Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, Turo, and all of those shared personal assets for business use. So that's called the gig economy. So IRS recently created their whole little gig economy tax center where they go through and break down all of your responsibilities if you are functioning in the gig economy. So the gig economy is applicable to you if you do any of the following. So, are you a Lyft driver? Are you an Uber driver? Grubhub, Postmates, and all of those different sites. Do you run errands and complete tasks like TaskRabbit? Okay. Are you a creative or a professional, provide professional services? So many of you are probably thinking, I was just talking about the Uber drivers. No, boo. I'm talking to you if you are the freelance writer as well. Okay, so the IRS have basically laid it out there for all of you independent contractors, okay, for all of you freelancers. You need to make sure you have your stuff in order because the IRS has officially started cracking down. They've come up with their own little tax center just for you folks, okay? So, what is the gig economy? So the gig economy is basically a whole ecosystem that transfers monies from one person to the next without utilizing anyone else's equipment, tools, or on somebody else's job. So, for example, if you guys haven't heard of Turo, and I was thinking about even putting my car out there on Turo, where you can put your car out there and let other people rent it from you. So instead of them going to Enterprise and instead of them going to Rent-A-Center to rent a vehicle, they will go right on Turo.com, Turo.com, and they will be able to rent your vehicle. And you will make money, and you will be considered an independent contractor operating in the gig economy, but most importantly, you get to deduct the mileage or the repairs and the maintenance on your vehicle and so forth and so forth. So many of you right now that's in the gig economy, you want to head over to the IRS's tax center that they created for you guys. So that's not it. They done went on ahead and made a whole nother program for digital platform businesses, okay? So that's all the delivery services and, Okay, so the IRS says what you should do. So many of you that's in the gig economy, you don't understand that you are just like a small business. You are an independent contractor. You file your tax return, your tax information on Schedule C form, just like an LLC, just like a sole proprietor. So it is very important, and this is why the IRS made sure that they created this tax center for you guys so you all can know, hey, you're just like a business. The only difference is that you don't have employees and payroll and all of the or rent and other stuff, but nothing actually changes. You use the same tax forms. The only thing that's different is your deductions, okay? And remember, your tax deductions is on a case-by-case basis. So the first thing that you should do if you are operating in the gig economy, okay, is keep your records. Yes, keep your records. You need QuickBooks. You can get away, so get your pen and paper. If you are in the gig economy, you can get away with using QuickBooks Self-Employed. QuickBooks Self-Employed. If you are in the gig economy, okay? QuickBooks Self-Employed will track your expenses It will track your mileage, and it will allow you to accumulate your business use of home deduction as well. So many of you that's in the gig economy, you don't have your own office and stuff like that, so you could take business use of your home deduction, okay? And QuickBooks Self-Employed allows you to take advantage of that type of deductions and accumulate it. So even if you're not a business person, can we agree to disagree? The IRS want you guys to keep sufficient records. And the IRS says collect and keep your records and receipts during the year. Record keeping can help you track your income, deduct expenses, and complete your tax returns. The IRS also says expenses. You should save receipts of your expenses. You can lower the amount of tax you owe by deducting certain expenses. Okay? It also says income. Keep records of money you receive from gig work and sales. You must report all income on your tax return, even if you don't receive a 1099 from the businesses that pay you. And that is one of the questions that I receive on a daily basis. For Lashide, I didn't receive a 1099, girl, so should I claim that income? Look, this person paid me under the table for Lashide. Should I claim that income? If you are that person, you've been getting paid under the table and you know you have not been claiming it, give me a call. Or if you need clarity as to you claiming the income, give me a call. 301-232-5700. You're listening to The Money Zone on RIP Radio Network, and we're talking about the IRS creating this whole little tax center for the gig economy because they're not playing with you guys. They're like, okay, I don't care if you drive Uber or Lyft, you're going to pay taxes on that money. The IRS want to make sure all of you pay taxes on that money. All right. So the next question I receive all the time is that, okay, they ask me normally, if I didn't receive a 1099, do I have to pay taxes? Yes. Yes, you must claim that income on your tax return, even if you did not receive a 1099. And you also have to claim the income if you only receive cash. So if that person was paying you cash, hundreds and hundreds of dollars at a time, throwing them at you, right? You still have to you have to claim that on your taxes. It's no way around it. And if you bartered services with someone, let's say you did a photo shoot of $1,000 photo shoot for someone and they gave you $1,000 worth of services, you bartered, right? You have to claim that $1,000 on your taxes, okay? So if you guys have any questions, 301-232-5700. All right, so the IRS say you guys must keep your records, but the IRS also says that you must pay some form of taxes, okay, some estimated tax payments. Now, if you know you're going to owe, then you must pay estimated tax payments, right? But you may not be obligated to pay estimated tax payments that year, depending on if you owed. So if you did not owe the previous year, right, you can get away with avoiding the penalty and interest, right? However, if the total amount you owe exceeds $1,000 and you're unable to pay all of that money when you file your taxes, you will be hit with a penalty charge. So my advice to you guys, pay your estimated tax payments. And estimated tax payments, as you can see on the screen, are due April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and January 15th. So all of the income that you make from January 1 up until March 31st should be filed on your April 15th return. All of the income from April 1 until, okay, May 31st has to be filed on your June 15th return. And then June 1st up until August 31st, your September return. And then September 1st until December 31st, you have to file your last and final estimated tax payment. So listen, you're just like a business. You Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, Airbnbers, all of you, you have to keep sufficient records. The IRS is cracking down. They're tired of all of this money being exchanged with really any type of regulation. And by them creating this tax center, that shows you that they're trying to crack down. So you've probably been able to get away all of these years, but not doing everything right and relying on Uber and on Uber's records to keep your mileage, and you're probably not tracking all of your expenses. Please make 2019 the last year that you do that, because based off how I know how our IRS work, if they're creating resources for you to keep up with your taxes, then most importantly, they're going to be cracking down. So guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then we will be right back. Welcome back. Look, I'm gonna give you guys all the juice. I done went to break too early, y'all. I looked up, I'm like, okay, 7:30, I'm rocking it out. Then Trump go to break. I'm like, oh, it's only 7:18. Okay, so we about to jump back into it. So if you all don't understand how you're supposed to file your taxes, core thing, if you are an independent contractor, rule of thumb, you have to claim it. If you have net proceeds or net profits of $400 for driving Uber, then guess what? You have to file the return. But the way the IRS work, guys, even if you did not have a net profit of $400 and you received income from Uber and they reported the IRS, but you didn't claim it, you will more than likely get a notice from IRS within the next 6 months to a year saying, hey, we saw that you filed your tax return, but you didn't include this as income. So what I would say, just file everything, regardless if you know you have a net profit of $400 or more, then just file it just so you won't have to worry about fighting them or having an examination done. That would just prevent a few pieces of headache. So rule of thumb, guys, track your expenses, report all income. You have to report it. It's no way around it, okay? And last but not least, make sure you start to go to a professional to do your taxes when you get into that gig economy. Because I know a lot of you that's in the gig economy, you're still trying to use TurboTax to do your tax, and you're running into so many problems. Okay? Remember, TurboTax is not a tax professional. They do not work for you. They work for TurboTax, okay? And the software is a software. It's not a person that remembers you said you just had a child, or remember the conversation that you had with them. So the beauty of working with a professional like myself when it comes down to taxes, especially when you go into this gig economy, is the mere fact that I understand all of the expenses that you're able to take, okay? What credits that may be applicable to you as well. But then I also know what's required on your behalf. You have to start operating like you are a business. Many successful people have taken their side hustle and made it into their primary gig by being in situations like this, filing the taxes and saying, you know what, this will be the last year that I'm disorganized. This will be the last year that I don't have my stuff in order. Make this year, 2020, the first year that you get your stuff in order, okay? So last but not least, if you are in the gig economy, you will be subject to self-employment taxes, okay? So self-employment taxes is your portion of Social Security and Medicare taxes. I'm going to repeat that for you. In the gig economy, you are required to pay self-employment taxes. That is your Social Security and your Medicare taxes. So the way that so many people strategize and say, oh, you can save money on your tax, you could do all of this by avoiding you paying Social Security, right? And you converting your business over to like an S Corp and doing all of this stuff. But in all hindsight, you will not be contributing into Social Security and Medicare if your business isn't profitable. So if you have a loss, you won't pay Social Security and Medicare taxes. And so this is why your business should not be running a loss for 10 to 15 years straight, because that means for those 10 to 15 years, right, you won't be contributing to Social Security and Medicare taxes. Okay? So that's basically it around the gig economy. Give me a call if you have any questions, 301-232-5700. So guys, I'm going to just go ahead on and roll on over right into our next topic. And I was going to talk about the world debt, because the world debt crisis right now is really, really high. Then I sat back and I said, you know what, I'm going to do you guys a disservice if I do not go back and break down that content a little bit more, get more slides and stuff, because many of you don't understand what's the gross domestic product, okay? What is IMF, what is the International Monetary Fund, and all of those things. So for you all to learn from my segment, I try to be as informative as possible. So I'm going to push back the original segment 2, which was world debt crisis, because every country, y'all, got trillions and trillions of dollars of debt. And so right now, her office phone is ringing. It's 7:30. Well, it's Tuesday. And okay. So look, we're about to talk about, and sorry about that. Look, it's a lot going on. We're about to talk about 11 different, how would I say, sayings or things that millionaires have learned while building their businesses. Okay? And you've heard of a lot of them. Okay? You've heard of Allison Bird. You've heard of, what's her name? Barbara. Shark Tank, Barbara. And it's a lot of people on here, on this list. So we're going to talk about, and my computer's running a bit slow. Hold on, y'all. You're working it out. Okay, there we go. Nope, we're not. Okay, so we talk about 11 self-made millionaires reveal the best advice that they've ever been given. And so when I read this list, I was like, holy cow, you know what? This is exactly the same things that I've had to tell myself while building my business. So look. So Barbara Corcoran, that's what it is. She said her ex, one of the dudes that she was dealing with, said that she will never succeed without him. Okay. Who has ever told somebody that before? Okay. The truth is that person will more than likely succeed without you if that's God's plan. So when we walk around, or when somebody tell you as an entrepreneur that you won't be anything without them, honestly, they already know that you have a vision and that you're going somewhere, and they're basically indirectly saying, hey, don't leave me behind. That's what you need to spend it. So for all of my ladies that got the ex-boyfriend or the friend or somebody else, right, that have told you that you will not be anything without them, go ahead and wave out the window, the train, riding by tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And the reason being is because they know you're going somewhere. They're just hoping that you tolerate their nonsense for much longer so they can reap the benefits of your success. Never fall in the trap of someone saying that you won't be anything without them. See, what they don't understand is that was already in God's plan for them to do whatever that they did for you to be where you are. Either that's give you a donation or put you on or connect you to somebody else or give you an idea. That was God's plan. God used them as a tool, okay, for your success. So when people say that, they just pat yourself on the back and be like, oh yeah, I know I'm going to be successful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I've heard a lot of people tell me that. And it seemed like the closer and closer I get to living the life that I dream of, that saying is so wrong. It's just the fact that they wish they were still here, honestly. Honestly, that's really the truth. So if I were you, I wouldn't pay them not one attention. And my computer is freezing again. So what's the next one? Look, technical difficulties. Just give me 1 second, y'all. Let's see. Watch, as soon as I get it pulled up, it's going to come right on. It's going to come right on up. Okay. Yep. How did I get it on my phone faster? Okay, so Barbara Corcoran said, no one, you'll never succeed. That's what somebody told her. Her ex told her that you will never succeed without me, right? And then, who is this gentleman? It says, become an expert at something. Ever since my college professor gave me this advice, I've applied it to almost everything I do. Personally, I focus on being an expert at leadership, entrepreneurship, product innovation, and parenting. Professionally, I created Blue Mercury to be the expert at beauty advice. To make that happen, we needed the most knowledgeable staff in the industry. When we started the business in 1999, most industry employees were only given part-time work and none during the low season. So we asked ourselves, what if we gave our staff full-time work, benefits, leadership, management training, and a career path? Industry veterans said this would never work, but we did it anyway. So who is her? Marla Beck, co-founder and CEO of Blue Mercury. She's basically saying you need to become an expert of something. How many of you are operating, well, I'll be honest with you, guys are being misinformed, slightly misinformed by today's experts saying that millionaires have 7 streams of income. Yes, but they didn't do it simultaneously. They did it consecutively, okay? So many of you are in this state of saying I'm an expert and jumping from one expertise, you're 1 minute you're credit repair, next minute you're a tax expert, next minute you're an MLM selling body products, the next thing you're a writer. To be really honest with you, that's not what the greats are saying. They're saying you need to have 7 streams of income, and they're telling you different types of income: portfolio income, business income, passive income, this, that. But many of you are getting confused, thinking that, oh, well, I need to have 7 streams of income, so I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and I'm going to do all 7 of those things. They're all going to be successful. How are you going to master 7 different businesses with several different products and services at one time? It creates chaos, and it creates you to burn out, and it creates you to not even walk in your God-given purpose. I'm listening to T.D. Jakes crushing right now, and he had basically said in his book, every entrepreneur always asks him, what do it really take to get to and live the life that God have planned for us, which is financial abundance and just amazing lifestyle, right? And T.D. Jakes said, everything. It takes all of you, all parts of you, your soul, your spirit, your ego, your this, your that. And also has a lot to do with you mastering and becoming an expert. For God to use you, you may have to master something. Master something instead of being a master of nothing. So many small businesses right now are looking online and Instagram saying, oh my gosh, she just did a real estate deal. Oh my gosh, her husband just bought her this. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Timing. I still have one business, and that's Suncrest, because I have not gotten Suncrest where it's operating as a well-oiled machine for me to now go and take the money from Suncrest to go invest into something else. I've already started investing into real estate because I'm already a homeowner, and I already have hundreds of thousands of dollars of equity in my home. Okay, so but I'm not making income from my real estate right now. So everybody has their own place. But when me and my family buy another house, then I will have passive rental income. You see? So don't get confused. Focus on what you're supposed to focus on at the moment. Become the expert at that. And then your steps will lead you into either horizontal or vertical investing, okay? Or a different type of investing that's not even aligned with your core business, such as real estate and buying other people's businesses and stocks and, everything else. Then at that point, you can go and start to really invest. I don't understand where this misconception of become a master of all, become an expert, and then you will have and be able to grow to those 7 streams of income. So who else says some stuff? Because this list was it was really amazing. It was amazing. I'm going to be honest with you. It was a variety of different things. And I heard that one already from Barbara Cochran. So Mark Devine said, and Mark Devine is a retired U.S. Navy SEAL commander. And so, I'm going to say this one because he made a kick out of me. And I'm going to direct this to a lot of my finance professionals. And no tea, no shade or nothing like this. But you guys, I'm the creator of Black Professionals of Prince George's County here. And every second Wednesday, every second Wednesday of the month, we end up hosting a meetup. And what I'm finding is every person that almost come to the meetup, three out of 5, third out of 5, every third person out of 5 people, I didn't say it right, okay, end up being a finance professional. And that was kind of alarming to me, because if you guys look at the Guidant, if you think about the Guidant financial trends that I talked about this year and also last year, they say that financial services were prevalent with entrepreneurship. But I'm going to be really honest with you. That's alarming to me. But Mark Devine said, U.S. Navy SEAL said, when I was 24, I was a CPA and MBA student who wanted to become a Navy SEAL. But I wondered, could I throw it all away for a dangerous career? The Navy required a 6-year commitment. Even if I wasn't accepted into the SEALs, which is notoriously difficult, when I shared those concerns with my mentor, Jeff Schaefer, he asked how old I would be at the end of the commitment. He then, hold on guys. He then asked, would you rather be a 30-year-old Navy SEAL or a 30-year-old CPA? Because either way, you will still be 30 in 6 years. With that perspective, I went for it and had a long career as a SEAL. No matter how long it takes to reach your goal or how scary and difficult it seems, that time will pass anyway. So my question to all of you, what are you really sitting on? What baby are you sitting on? What idea, what passion, what love are you sitting on? But you're deciding to follow the norm, or you're deciding to do what I'm doing, or you're deciding to do what somebody else is doing because you think it's easier, or you think that this is the quickest way to the million. Do what you love to do, and do what you want to do. And to be honest with you, once you do that, you will then be able to turn back around a few years later and still be able to achieve whatever goals. Because they say, 40 is the new 25? Did they say that? I'm lying. They was like, 40 is the new 25. The new 20? Okay, 40 is the new 20. Okay? That's what they said. And from what I can see, it really is. The 40-year-olds are lit, right? Like, lit. And 50-year-old lit. My sister's 50. They're looking good and everything else. So we're in that day and age where you can find ways to make money from your passion. It is no need for any of us to all be in the financial services industry just because my father did it, or just because it looks good, or just because my friend was successful. Do what God put in your spirit to do. If that's knitting, find a way to knit, and you could still make $100,000. Knit enough. Create templates and ideas, or coach people how to knit. Do what you love to do. Don't wait around watching the trends and hopping on the trends. Now everybody want to be a credit expert. Now everybody want to do tax. Tax season. Everybody want to do tax. Everybody a tax accountant right now. Like, it's so funny to me, and it's scary to me how you guys hop on trends and forget about what really matters most. And what really matters most is, would you rather say you did X, Y, Z in 5 years, or would you rather say you copy X, Y, Z and be miserable in 5 years? That's up to you, because I know I'm sitting here doing what I want to do. I want to help the masses achieve financial, economic freedom, and it forces me to be here with you guys. So, look, who is this amazing person? Jonathan Ruggiero, the CEO of wedding band company Mainly Bands. He says, you are only as good as the people you surround yourself with. I was in my late 20s and had started a new role as a supervisor and producer at Getty Images, when my friend and mentor Dave Adelson gave me this advice. Up to that point, I often had difficulty sharing the workload and tackled most tasks by myself. It wasn't that I enjoyed taking on so much, but I didn't always trust others to perform tasks as well as I would. Dave taught me that while you may be able to accomplish success by yourself for a while, it's essential to delegate to reliable team members if you're in for the long term. So so this is really good. So how many of you there are entrepreneurs? You can still have your 9 to 5, whatever the case may be, but you are an entrepreneur and you are afraid of delegating and hiring and having people replace you. What that means is, are you scared to let go control, Or are you afraid of losing the money, or you know that this may not work? Because for you to get to your next level, you cannot do what you're doing all the time. You have to expand the role. Either you got to become the CEO, somebody got to become the expert, the technician, that's what they call it. So like, let's use me for example. I'm trying to shift to become my company's CEO, right? Which I already am, but in terms of my full workload, I'm not, right? So for me to be able to shift like that, my team, I have to trust in them to be able to onboard clients. I have to trust in them to be able to take instructions and to, help me, remember what paperwork I need from clients and basically fill in the gaps. So what is stopping you from hiring the team? Are you afraid that your business won't succeed? Are you afraid of letting go control? What is it? Because guess what? You cannot take that company from 50,000 to 300,000 being the only person. You cannot do that at all. So guys, I'm just going to take a quick little break and then I will be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. So look, I was saying talking to Trump or whatever. Look, don't forget guys, voting for Rip Radio's network, for our network, what is it? Rippies? Yep, the Rippies. Our own, how we say it? Yep, our own award show. Thank you, Trump. So this, you guys know I'm new to this. My first year, okay, on Rip Radio Network. So next February 29th is the Rippies Rip Radio Network's award show, right? But the thing about it, guys, I need you all to go and vote for me as what? The most inspirational show on Rip Radio Network and female hosts and personalities. So me and my team will be getting like some flyers and stuff together and posting on social. But when you guys see the link, head on over there. You know I inspire you guys. And like I'm about to inspire you with my next post and my next comment. So one of the 11 self-millionaires said that you must be persistent and have patience And one thing I learned as an entrepreneur, without those two things, you won't get anywhere. Because without your patience, you know, we've all seen that picture where the guy hitting a rock, right? And he's getting closer and closer to the diamond, closer and closer to the diamond, right? And then he end up giving up. That's exactly how entrepreneurship is set up. You keep hitting on a wall. All right, God, where's my blessing? Where's my miracle? Where's my miracle? Where's my blessing? Where's my connection? Where's my TMV? Where this, right? You keep faith. He's like, okay, keep working, keep working, keep working. You continue faith, and the moment your faith disappeared is when the opportunity was right there. So as I motivate you guys here on RIP Radio Network, keep me motivated and head on over and get ready to vote for us vote for me starting tomorrow. And I'm excited because what I realize is this: you cannot persevere if you're not patient. I didn't even realize that we were going on 1 year until I walked in. It was like, oh my gosh, Trump, it's been 1 year. Didn't even realize it. Time flying. I didn't even realize the amount of impact that I make on so many people. If I don't get the messages and the comments and the people calling the office saying, oh, Falasha, listen to my show, and I made them impact. So guys, for me to continue making impact, I need you all to go ahead on and get ready to vote so I can be walking up in there. I don't know what I'm going to wear, y'all. So I'm going to be walking up in there grabbing my award. So, but it's not really about the awards. Let's really be honest. It's about persevering, coming here on days that I don't feel like it, on days that I'm tired, figuring out what content I'm going to create, not being happy with everything about the show, but still coming on and producing and still being consistent. And that's what you guys have to do as entrepreneurship. If you all want to say, I want to be successful, I want to do this, it comes with major cost. For you, it might be different than somebody else. Somebody else, it might be their cost of being with their child. It might be the cost of being with their husband or their wife. It might be the cost of them losing money. It might be the cost of them having death in the family. Like, entrepreneurship requires everything. So if you guys are not, or if you have not heard, and I'm going to plug his book again because I'm reading it and it's really good. T.D. Jakes' book's called Crushing. You need to go and grab it. It's on Audible. I fully recommend it, especially for all of you that are scaling your businesses. You're trying to get to that next wave. So what I mean by the next wave, you've already hit your first goal. You made your 6 figures. Now you're trying to get to $250,000. Or you've already met that $250,000 goal and you're trying to get to $1 million. Or you've already hit 1,000 members in your membership and you want to get 2,000 members. Whatever next level that you're trying to attain, you're going to need the book Crushing by T.D. Jakes, because all of the storms that's going to come, you're going to have to understand that it's going to require you to be patient and to persevere. And the only way you could do those two things is with the blind faith of God. The blind faith that whatever you call God, the universe, Allah, whatever that may be, that it's all going to work out as long as you do the work. So, look, time is kind of flying. So, persevere. Do what you need to do. Don't forget, head on over to RIP Radio Network and vote for me, right? And then we'll be having a great 2020, right? So, no, that's not it. Let me go and give you guys one more. And then we're going to be heading out for tonight. And then so I'll try to next week talk about the world depth. But I just wanted to make sure that if I bring it to you guys, I bring it to you the way you need it. Not where you still leave me confused talking about, oh, what is the gross domestic product? Oh, what was the fun thing Falasha they said? And no. So that's why I didn't talk about that today. Okay. Last quote, stay the course. So Allison Bird said that Dr. George Fraser said those 3 words to her: stay the course. She said, my mentor, the best-selling author, Dr. George G. Fraser, said these words to me when I had just decided to become an entrepreneur. 3 words in 3 seconds, and my understanding instantly expanded. Over the past 12 years, I've helped 7,500 students create $260 million in revenue. And this is the one consistent piece of wisdom that I pass down to them. When you're new to entrepreneurship, 3 things can quickly and easily knock you off your path: doing business alone, without mentorship and coaching, doing business alone, without mastermind partners and collaboration, and finally, doing business with shiny object syndrome, where you let every new idea that blows through your market throw you off your goals. Stay the course. Stay on course. That is amazing to leave with Allison Bird saying what Dr. George Fraser has said to her, and I can even see him even saying that. And so what does that mean for you, and what does that mean for me? Well, how do I interpret that? So that means just keep going. Don't have that 3D tunnel, that tunnel vision. Stand focused on the game that you've laid out. Stand focused on the plan that you've put down. Stand focused on the passion and purpose that God bestowed upon you, and not worrying about somebody else's game. So let's use me, for example. I focus a lot on business building. I am the accountability accountant. I help you achieve results and success through your business. I help you build businesses, right? Most other accountants may, focus only on saving you taxes. That's just them. So what am I supposed to do? Not talk about my knack for business building and helping my clients go from 0 to 6 figures and, no. I'm supposed to stay focused on me. Stay focused on what I'm supposed to be doing. And you are supposed to too. What is that knack? What is the niche that you have? What is the skill sets that make you different, that you're trying to hide and trying to cover up and trying to conceal because you're trying to follow the norm? Stay the course, and the course is the lane that you are creating for yourself, and has nothing to do with the trends of Instagram. It has nothing to do with how they're posting their content. Yes, you need to know how to post your content, right? But I'm not saying recreate your content because everybody else is recreating content the same way. No, I'm saying stay focused on your lane. If your lane is to teach people how to clean their teeth, focus on that. Don't worry about the dentist that's saying that they can use the teeth whitening. No, focus on your all-natural product. Whatever you're supposed to be doing, focus solely on that. Don't worry about what the outsiders say. Don't worry about if your marketing budget ain't the same. Don't worry about if they have resources and connections and people and you don't. Don't worry about that. Stay the course. Your time will come and you will shine. I'm your girl, Falashade, the Accountability Accountant. Guys, don't forget to vote for me on Rip Radio's network, Rippy's Award Show, for your best female personality. Oh, and most inspirational. It's 2 or 3? 2. Oh, and most inspirational song. So I should get the inspirational, right? Because I've been inspiring y'all. I've been inspiring you guys for like years. So guys, know if you're not following me all things social media, please follow me all things social media. Falashade the Accountant. Me and my team switching up our marketing a little bit, so you'll see a lot of new fresh content coming out. But like I said, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. You do what you are supposed to be doing. So what I realized was that we could do more. So I got to bring out more, right? All right. So, guys, don't forget, follow me on all things social media, and I will see you all next week. Good night. Bye, y'all.